Hello, my name is Steve Mattis with Actual Infinity. Are we morally and ethically obligated to push our products and services towards someone that we know could benefit from them? Let's discuss. So I was in a conversation with someone who I really think a lot of, and they were in the beginning or early stages of starting their business, and someone else had told them that they're morally and ethically obligated to market their services and to push their services and to compel somebody that they know could benefit from their products or services. They're morally and ethically obligated to continue to press them to purchase. And I, with every ounce of my being, disagree. And there's really one simple word there that makes the entire argument, from my understanding and my perspective, completely fall apart. And that's the word no. Here's the thing. If you or I, as practitioners of services or producers of goods, believe that we know what's best for someone else, that's a moral and ethical failure. We don't know what's best for someone else. We think we know a lot, and we know some things, but we can't know what's best for someone else. It's arrogant and audaciously presumptive for us to believe that we know what's best for someone else, especially, and of course, most importantly, if we're talking to or speaking to or in relationship with an adult who has full faculty of their own discernment process and the ability to either consent or not. It is disrespectful to another human being if we believe that we know better than they know. And that's why I don't buy that argument. I don't buy that I have a moral or ethical obligation to keep marketing or pushing my services to someone because I think I know. Now, is it wrong to market my products or services repeatedly to someone? No, not at all. Not at all. But to do so because I believe that I know what's best for them, that is so disrespectful to another person's autonomy and their own sovereignty. It's like I'm trying to take their sovereignty away from them and say, I know you better than you do. And that's not right. That is morally and ethically wrong. Now, do sometimes people make mistakes, or are they unaware of their own needs? Are they blinded by their own stuff? Absolutely. Absolutely. We all have blind spots. We all have areas or shadows or whatever where we're not fully awake or aware of what's going on. And so someone else might be able to see something that we don't see. Absolutely. But to believe that we know, and therefore are going to try to manipulate or persuade them to do something because of what we think we know, that's asking a lot. Here's what I recommend instead. If you believe that someone that you know could really benefit from what you have, by all means, make the invitation. If they resist and they say, no, thank you, there's a couple things that you can do. The first one is to say, okay, thank you. I hear you. I respect you. End of story. The second option, if someone says no thanks, or just avoids the conversation altogether, is to make an inquiry. Hey, I hear that you said no. Are you open at all to talking about that? And then maybe sharing, I really feel like this might be really helpful based on what you've shared with me or our relationship or what I know about you, right? Things like that. And then listen to them. If they say, I'm the timing's wrong or whatever else, whatever they say, respect that. If they say, yeah, we can talk about it. If you really feel that strongly about it, sure, we can have a conversation. Great. Great. Have the conversation, but make invitation. Ask questions, ask them questions. And besides the fact that this is a much more effective way to get someone's buy-in anyway, it's more respectful to them as another human. Another piece of this that I think really needs to be talked about is that from my experience and my perspective, I experience this idea of pushing things on people because we believe we know as a form of intellectual and emotional laziness. Why? Because it's not a whole lot of work for us to be convinced ourselves that what we have is the bee's knees. Like it's just genius and everybody needs it, or specific people need it. Like this is the right thing for them. It's easy. It's lazy to presume that we know what's best for them, the medicine that they need. It requires more work, more integrity, more sincerity, more compassion, more respect, more honor, more reverence to make inquiry, to make invitation. It requires more work to make the request, to take the risk to make the request of someone that you care about and say, I know you've told me no about this, but I really feel strongly about it. Would you be willing to have a conversation and really talk this through? And if during that conversation, you're still a no, I'll leave it alone. That's risky, and that takes work, and that takes time, and that takes energy, and that takes investment. But it also takes all those other things: respect, honor, sovereignty, sacredness, reverence, compassion, empathy, kindness. We're getting into some really basic, fundamental, decent human qualities here. But I want to encourage you and me to keep doing the work, to not go the easy route of, I know this is great stuff, and so I'm going to just push it on people. To believe that we have an ethical or moral obligation because we know best. Oh my God. No thanks. I don't know best what's best for you. You don't know what's best for me. But if we can do the work to connect, then we can figure out, you can help me and I can help you in our discernment process together to see if it's a good fit. And even if one of us is assured that it's a good fit and the other one says no, do we really need to go back to this basic statement of no means no? And that doesn't only mean sex, that means marketing as well. This is a simple form of respect of the people that we're trying to engage in our businesses. Let's do the right thing. Let's do the moral and ethical thing by making invitation and inquiry, helping to support people in their discernment process. Not so that what happens is what we want to happen, but what happens is what is good for everyone. Everyone consents fully to moving forward to the next steps or not. So that's my challenge for you. Let's change this old marketing language that excuses our bad behavior of pushing and manipulating and forcing things upon people against their deeper consent or non-consent, right? Let's do it ethically and morally and in relationship with others' hearts. This isn't about business. It's about hearts. It's about humans. Let's do it humanely. Lots of love to you. May you experience more love, not less, in your business. Take good care.